Hi guys, welcome to the newest episode of the LALIGA Talks podcast. On today's show, we're joined by Ben Brereton Díaz, Villarreal forward, and he tells us a bit about his personal life, his rise to professional football, and his new life since moving to Spain. So, here's the interview. We have Ben Brereton Díaz on today. We're going to have a quick chat about football, of course, his rise to professional football, and some questions about to get to know Ben a bit more as well. So yeah, as I said, we'll start with the football stuff. So you're obviously playing for Villarreal now. You signed last transfer window from Blackburn, but I want to go back to the start. Can you tell us about your first footballing memory?
No, when I get asked this question, I always say that when I was younger, when you've got no worries about trying to do anything special, you're just with your mates after school, playing football, having a laugh on the field, and for me, those were the good times when you're just with your mates after school playing football. And but yeah, I've played football all through my younger age years with my dad, my family, and my friends. So it's been a big part of the family.
Well, you grew up in Stoke-on-Trent, is that right?
Yeah, no, born in Stoke-on-Trent, lived there for all my life up to 17, then moved to Nottingham Forest and lived there for a few years.
And when you were a kid, when you were playing, as you say, like in the schoolyard after school, did you stand out? Did you know you were a good player, or did it kind of come later on that you realized how good you were?
No, when I was younger, I was I wouldn't say I was at the best, but I was in my school. I was like one of the people at the academies and stuff like that, and there was a few people in the academies in my school. But no, since I've always had a ball at my feet since a young age, so I think naturally when you're doing that from a young age, when you're younger, you naturally are good when you're quite young. So that's all I ever known, So it was just love playing football.
And at that age, who was your footballing hero? Who did you really look up to?
When I was younger, probably Wayne Rooney. So I used to like watching Man United play football. So yeah, it was definitely Wayne Rooney, the goals and the aggression and what talent,
Good choice, to be fair. And so, what youth academies were you involved with as a child?
So I started when I was really young, up to about 14, 15 at Manchester United, and then from there I got released, went to Stoke for a little bit, and then Nottingham Forest, Blackburn.
And what was it? Was it training like? Would you have to travel up to Manchester when you were in the academy? How did that all work?
Well, yeah, I was in the academy for I think maybe 6-7 years, and obviously from Stoke, it's an hour journey every 3 or 4 times a week. So it was definitely it was hard, after school going an hour to train. But listen, my family loved it, so my mum and dad were always on the motorway with me, traveling to their training, which I have fond memories of, and I enjoyed it. So it was definitely new experiences and stuff. So it was good.
At that age, did you then get opportunities with the national team?
No, I was too young. The first time I got called up for England was when I was at Nottingham Forest in the Scholars.
Okay. What age was that? Be Scholars? What age would that be? Underage?
Under 17, 18. That type of age.
So you played for England in a couple of international tournaments, and then there's obviously a special story about you kind of finding the connection to Chile. Can you kind of explain that story? It's a good one.
No, definitely, yeah. So at a younger age, I was playing for the England under 19s and 18s, stuff like that, a few times. And now when I was at Blackburn, I hit some good form and started scoring some goals and having good games. And yeah, I got a phone call saying that the Chilean FA wanted to bring me into the Copa America. This was, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. And for me, it was a no-brainer. What a country, the great players that play for their country. So obviously, it was because I know the language and stuff like that. Obviously, it was a big decision. But for me, as soon as I found out, it was a no-brainer, and I wanted to do it straight away.
For those who don't know, like, what was the connection through your family to Chile?
Yeah, so my mum is from Chile, and she came to England when she was younger. She came to England. She didn't know any English, but her and her family came over into Stoke because of the potteries, because they'd done a little bit of that stuff in Chile. So they came over to Stoke because Stoke's famous for pottery. So yeah, they came over, and yeah, my mum met my dad, and here we are today.
So yeah, you mentioned getting the call up to Chile. When did you make your debut? Who did you play against in your debut?
My debut is in the Copa America against Argentina. So I came on, I think, with 10 minutes to go. I was a bit nervous, but no, it was a great moment for me and my family, my Chilean family, and they're really proud. So it was nice to put a smile on their faces. But it was a crazy moment. So yeah.
Yeah. I assume Messi was playing, right?
Yeah, no, Messi was playing. I only got 10 minutes, but it was good. For me, it was all a blur. You know, I can't really remember much from the game, but it was a good experience.
Nice. So yeah, just talking about we've mentioned Messi there, obviously a La Liga icon. You play with Alexis Sanchez in the national team. He plays in a similar enough position to you, and obviously he's had a really successful career. Does he like give you tips? Does he help you out like when you're training, and do you like playing with him?
No, definitely. No. First of all, what an amazing player. You know, he's done it for years now, and now when I first met him there, he was very nice to me, welcome me. Obviously, he speaks good English from being in England for many years and playing well. So yeah, he's always talking to me, and we've got a good connection. So it's nice to learn off such a good player and watch him in training. It's really good, and you can only just watch him and take little bits and the quality of what he does. So no, he's really good.
Oh, so yeah, you're saying you link up well with Alexis Sanchez, but let's bring it to Villarreal. Who have you been enjoying playing with so far since you've arrived?
No, at this club there's so many amazing players. You know, it's really a good bond in the team. Some players, Jeremy Moreno, he's good. He scored lots of goals in the Liga for Villarreal, and watching him train is good. You know, his left foot is amazing. He scores goals, and his build-up play and his technical ability is also good to get other people involved in the game. So he's definitely a great player.
And it's transitional being from obviously playing all your career in England to coming to Spain. Not only the different culture, but like how the club itself is set up, like with a really good youth academy. And how's it been adapting to the Villarreal lifestyle?
No, definitely. When it first come around, you know, I definitely showed interest, you know, and did my research. What an amazing club, and obviously they won Europa League and stuff like this. And it's just since being here, you can see how much of a family club it is. Everyone's together, and no, definitely it was. It's been amazing so far, and I can't wait to continue.
Okay, so that's kind of taken us up to where you are now in your career, playing in La Liga, you know, one of the biggest leagues in the world. How's it been like competing with players at this level so far for you?
No, definitely. No, it's a step up from myself with playing in the championship. It's definitely a step up, and I've not got much game time yet, but I just need to keep working hard. And when I've played the games, played a couple in Europa League and a few in the Liga. It's a great league, competitive, and yeah, I'm excited to keep learning and to keep playing in the games and hopefully get some goals.
Brilliant. So really good insight there in your football career from your childhood right up to now. But let's go a bit. We want to know a bit more about your personal life. So, you know, you play for Villarreal. It's in a really beautiful part of Spain. What do you do in your free time, like when you're not training, when you're not playing games?
Yeah, so in my free time, obviously the weather's a lot different from where I'm from in Stoke-on-Trent. So it's a lot of more outside in the garden with my girlfriend. I've got a son, 9 months old. So to spend some time with him after training and stuff like that in such a beautiful country, and it's amazing, you know. So I like to get home, relax, enjoy myself, and then come to train the next day, and it's amazing, you know. Then the culture, the food, and everything. So it's a great place.
Is there any sports you play outside? You play golf or anything like that?
No, I'm not a big fan of golf, but I've played a few times paddle because I've got one in the near where I live. So yeah, when I get invited to play some paddle, I enjoy it. It's a good game. Yeah, no, I like it. You know, I used to play tennis a little bit when I was younger, but you'd always run after the ball, and in paddle, it's just hitting off the balls, and
It's
a bit
very
easier.
different.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a bit more fun, and I enjoy it. It's really good.
Cool. And so, are you into like music? What type of music taste do you have?
I'm into me country music.
Would that be specifically like Luke Combs?
Yeah, Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen, stuff like that. And so yeah, I like me country music.
Wouldn't listen to that like before games, country music to get you pumped up?
Nah, probably not before games, but in the drive into training and at home, sit back and relax. And it's just I feel like it's just a nice music, you know. You sit there and enjoy your time, and yeah, nothing too crazy, you know. It's just relaxed. It's nice.
Yeah, it must be nice like driving in the sun to training, listening to some country music.
Yeah, yeah. It's
The way it's meant to be listened to. And do you are you watching any series at the moment?
yeah, I'm big on Vikings, so I've watched all of them, The Last Kingdom, the Vikings, Valhalla Vikings. So I love all that, and yeah, and I've finished all of them now. So I need to find something new. But I love the Viking shows.
Did you watch the David Beckham documentary?
Yeah, no, I watched that. Yeah, it was good. I liked it. It was I thought it was really good. So I didn't know half the stuff that happened and involved in him. You know, so it was a nice insight to see. Obviously, the good times and the bad times. So it was a good watch.
Really well done. I mean, we're similar ages, so like I suppose we knew how good Beckham was from being told, not really watched him that much. So it was really cool to like see all the behind the scenes of his career. It was brilliant.
I didn't know half the stuff that happened, you know, so it was interesting.
And so in the off season, when you get some time off football, because it's an intense job, do you have like a favorite holiday destination?
I mean, it'd be different, you know, with my friends. Probably I like Ibiza is good with my friends, and probably family wise, quite enjoy Greece. I like to go to Greece. It's nice. But to be fair, now because I've with Chile, you know, it's tough, you know, because you've got stuff to get away because you've got games in the off season as well. Like this summer, we've got the Copa America, so it's tough to get away. But when you can, it's nice.
Yeah, very fast schedule and flying back and forward. What is it like? You know, you have to do a lot of traveling to play for the Chilean national team. That must be quite taxing on you.
No, there's a lot of traveling, you know. So from here, Valencia to Madrid, and then Madrid to Santiago, which altogether it's about 15 hours on the plane, 14, 15 hours. But I've done it that many times now. It's kind of like it's easy, you know. Going there on the night flight is easy, but the worst part is coming back because of the time difference. So it does you for a day or two, but after that you're fine.
Okay, well, we're coming to the end of this interview, so thanks very much for coming on. The last question I have is, what do you think you would have become if you weren't a footballer?
If I wasn't a footballer, I think definitely something to do with sports. But I never, all the time when I was young, you know, I never really, in school and that, when people say, oh, you need to focus on this, I was always thought I was going to do well in football, but obviously that doesn't happen all the time. But for me, it was all about football and my family and stuff like that. But yeah, maybe something to do with sports. I don't know, like maybe a teacher or I don't know. But yeah.
Well, yeah, sport has always been massive part of your life, and it's nice that you've made a career out of it. So yeah, thanks very much, Ben. That was really interesting interview. Cheers for coming on.
No problem, mate. Appreciate your time. Thank you very much.